It is Monday, and you know what that means, right? Now, what is their thing? What's their thing? That's Brody's thing. What's the Raw thing? Remember that
Oh,
advert? Fuck,
mu-
what's that thingy?
oh God. It is something like that. They have been
Oh,
using something like that though. So I
must
think
be Monday.
oh
Folks, must be Monday. Here we are for Monday Night Law, a program in which we show up without anything to talk about, which fittingly I have given 3 titles for because we do actually have stuff to talk about. Jaychele, are you very excited here for this Monday extravaganza?
yes, I'm very excited. I'm making a sign, so if you'll give me 1 second, I need to come up with a
Okay.
prop quickly.
Okay. That's not alarming at all. Okay.
No,
The,
it's
ch-
not alarming by any means, I promise.
the chat is informing me of must. Oh, here we go. Okay. I don't know how I feel about your kind of inner branding here. I don't know how I feel about it. Feels dangerous, you know?
Are you afraid I'm going to take over the world?
Very much so.
I'm influencing the world.
There you go. Well done, Chris. Okay. Streamlabs. I've said this last time. I'm going to do it again. This is important, folks. Jaychele is no longer purely reliant on your Streamlab donations to get her food this evening. That is not a thing anymore. He will make the same as all of us. However, we do appreciate the support. And speaking of such, in my favourite super grin so far,
Oh God.
Croaky Boy said, he sent a pretty sizable amount, and he said, have some money, you pieces of shit. That's pretty good, right?
That sounds like that's directed at you.
Agreed. I do agree. He's actually in the chat, so you can confirm or deny whether that was aimed
Oh,
at
I
me.
love that.
The Grimfluencer is very good. That's
Oh my
now
God.
see, this is the thing about the Grin Gang or the Grinner Circle or the Grinnicle, whatever you call them. They're very good at branding this stuff. Much better than I am, in fact. But yeah. So this is Monday. Must be Monday or whatever the thing is.
I don't.
We have you're not feeling good about that one, are you? There you go. In fact, okay, this is what we're going to leave with. This is a good idea. This is very quick, folks. We did power rankings once. I want quick answer. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Best wrestling couples here for Valentine's Day.
Bianca and Montez Ford.
Okay, is that locked in at number one?
Number one. Number one.
Who we got at 2 here? Let's just give a little list. I'm intrigued.
Number 2, I'll go Britt and Adam. I'll give them their due here.
Wow.
Okay. Number 3, I'll go Naomi and Jay. I like Naomi more than I like Jay, but it's okay.
Would you like it more if it was actually Jimmy, which is who Naomi is actually married to?
Oh, there you go. That's the right one then. They look the same. It's fair.
Yeah, Naomi and Jay's a terrible couple. They're not a couple at all.
Naomi and Jimmy.
There you go.
Good Lord.
Okay.
Liv Morgan and Bo Dallas, number 25.
Okay.
Matt and Chelsea are up there for me. Yes, I agree with that one. Everett Connors and Charlie Evans up there as well.
Shit. Damn.
I like them a lot.
You seem prepared for this.
Oh, I like wrestling couples a lot. I think they're nice.
I have a official comment to make on this one. Wait, I'm going to go. I have been informed by the confirmed shoot that on tonight's episode of Dark Elevation, Ty Conti did a moonsault off the top rope to the floor. It appeared to go quite badly. She sort of went sideways and fell down. So I would like to say that disqualifies them immediately from ranking because that is clearly Sammy Guevara's influence. Moving on. So we've got some good ones in the chat.
Pumpkin AJ! Oh my God, how could I forget? I love AJ. Oh my God.
Incredible. Okay, fair. That was fun. Okay, today's big news story, and folks, this Monday show is going to be very loose. Okay, if you have questions, you can put them in the chat, and we'll probably see them. If you really need something answered, which God forbid, you need us to answer a question that seriously, but if so, you can use the Streamlabs link there in the description. Okay, Josh Alexander, I think, is the big story today.
Yes.
He cancelled some bookings. He said he is no longer in the contract, and therefore his visa is so on and so forth. Where are we at on this, Jaychele? This is alarming. Is it a work? Is it a shoot? Is it somewhere in between? What do we think?
Oh, this feels like too much of a shoot for me. I remember when there was that snowstorm during Terminus 1, and Josh drove 16 hours because he hates canceling bookings. So I know if he's canceling bookings, it has to be for a real reason. I'm very nervous for what this means. I would have thought that he would have signed an Impact deal by now. Because if you decided to take the belt off of Josh Alexander and put it on Moose like that, knowing his contract didn't have that much time left and you weren't going to figure it out so that his contract would have been re-signed, or he would have signed a new contract in time for him to get that belt back, it would have been a real issue.
Right. There's a lot here. There's a lot of pieces to this. So he took these bookings to begin with, which makes you think he assumed he would be under contract, right?
Yes. Yeah, I would agree.
Which makes me think one of two things. Either one, this is kind of cheap storytelling, if it is in fact to work, because it's like you're doing booking cancellations. Like, I don't know, man, that feels like a waste of everyone's time and money. Or Josh fully intended to re-sign, and he is not particularly happy with the offer that's currently on the table. I don't know which side of that I'm on right now. I'll be completely honest. The way that Impact have told this story on the show, I almost can't fathom that like they're actually just gonna not get this deal done, because that to me would be insane. But it is Impact Wrestling, so
oh good lord.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope that he's using AEW as a bargaining chip for Impact here, and I think that's what this is, because there was some hype around him when people were talking about who the Forbidden Door person could be. Also, he obviously was mentioned in the Brandy segment as well. So it seems like there's definitely some interest there. And I think that both sides know that. And I hope that the reason that this is taking so long is because he's using that.
You know, chat mentions here the Eddie Edwards tweet where he that was what made me first think it maybe will be a work. Was Eddie Edwards had this tweet about like, you got to keep him, you know, he's too important to this place. But it just feels like an awful lot of trouble to go to for this kind of work, you know. I mean, with all due respect to Impact, it isn't like it's gonna like do something for their viewership, right? Like when he comes back, if he comes back, like it just, I don't know. It's almost unfathomable to me. My gut feeling is still that they'll figure this out, because I just can't wrap my head around this being this big of an L. It would be huge. Like seriously, we joked about it last Friday, but genuinely, if Josh is out and there's no conclusion to that Moose thing, like,
dude,
that's real bad for that company. Like, not the end, as I joked. I feel like it ain't good, right?
It's really bad. Yeah.
I mean,
like I pitched the idea to do Cardona if this is what happens.
Yeah.
But Cardona has an NWA belt now, and I don't think he's gonna get that Impact belt too if he has the NWA belt. But regardless, whatever is happening, my biggest concern is Josh and his family. Like, we know how much his family means to him and how involved his wife is on Twitter and everything like that. And I didn't get to check her feed or anything. But it seems like everything is slowed down. I hope that something is going to change. I feel like Josh said that he's going to get everything straightened out or whatever. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. I just think that remember when they did that storyline for Daniel where like Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan at that point, where they were like, if he loses, he's no longer on SmackDown. We didn't know like if he was going to come back on Raw or something like that. And I hope that that's what's happening now, is they're like, okay, we don't know if he's coming back. Let's write him off in case he's not. But if he does, then we have an avenue still.
Yeah, and look, some people would say it's working because we're talking about it. And maybe there's truth to that, right? If there's a deal in place, perhaps this is a great idea and it will be this incredible moment. I don't know, because it appears to me that the story you're telling the hardcore fan is, look at us idiots, we're going to run off another guy. And I don't know if that's the story you want to tell, Jaychele.
Oh my God. I'm just like, I'm baffled because of him canceling those bookings still. Like, he had Leo Rush, in ALW, I think it was. And at Terminus, he had that 4-way thing with Leon Ruff and Trey something and somebody else. I'm forgetting who was in that match.
It was a good effort, better than I could have done.
I think it's just like Trey DeLamar, and there's somebody. I'm forgetting someone. I apologize, but I'm hopeful that there's still something that's going to happen on the positive side of this. I feel like he's going to make it up to the fans some way, somehow. I was really looking forward to seeing him in Terminus. Once that match got announced, I was not looking forward to it as much. But that is for another conversation to have about Terminus eventually.
That's a real conversation to have about terms,
Dude.
actually. Yeah, that's something that promotion should not be struggling with, but they seem to be right now,
Good
which is a
lady
shame.
lord. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's a shame. We will talk about that at some point. Not this week though.
God bless John Gresh.
Yeah, indeed. I did think this through. Obviously, there's a link with Gresham, and he's doing Impact stuff right now. The biggest thing that I can stress here, and the Power Esther says it, and I agree with this. I can't say it's been a work because it'd be a dumb work. The biggest thing I can stress from both sides is this is Impact Wrestling. Now, depending on which way you look at it, that could convince you that they are in fact doing one of the dumber works in current professional wrestling, or it could also convince you they are dumb enough to just not get this deal done, and Josh is going to be on Dynamite next week.
I don't even know if this is their fault, though. I mean,
Well,
let me not get into my Impact fandom here, but I honestly feel like from the way that it looks like this was phrased, it looks like it could be Impact's fault. But like
indeed.
the way that I'm thinking about this is like Josh has to be coming up with something. There must be something behind the scenes happening that like Impact doesn't have enough money. Josh knows his worth now. He knows he's a star. Like he's holding this big storyline over their heads too, because he could be like, I don't really care about a belt. He could be like, I want to go make money for my family, which we can't fault him for. You can never fault somebody for wanting to go make money. If he wants to go to AEW and do that, I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean, look, it's the obvious is, I think we both agree that push comes to shove, they can't compete with the pay that AEW can.
exactly,
right?
yeah.
However, you know, on a negotiation from that point of view, Impact can offer like a 1 date a month, 2 at a max.
Mm-hmm.
You can work, you can work indies for AEW, but with that schedule, you're going to work less than you do for an Impact, right? They could sit down and try and strike a deal where he also gets an actual in with New Japan, because I know he's done some stuff on Strong, and like I think we all agree that he could be a big deal in New Japan.
Yeah.
The thing I keep going back to is like, I don't really think it's a good work if it is one,
Right.
but I think the idea that it's a shoot is a lot more damning. So I don't know. Maybe I want to believe it's work, Jaychele, because it ain't looking too good, right? I don't know.
I don't even know if Josh Alexander does leave. Then I hope that they realize that the X division is full of is full of a lot of talent that can rise to main roster. I mean, not main roster, to main event levels.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have Chris Bay there. I mean, not to chug at you, my Chris Bay train, but Chris Bay. Like I'm so dude. If Chris Bay beats Moose, I would be happy as well. I mean, Josh Alexander deserves it, but Chris Bay.
I'll be honest. I actually am a bigger Chris Bay fan than I am a Josh Alexander fan. But you got to pay off the story. Like,
but if there's not that option, I think
for sure. It's just when you look at what that fan base is at this point, and look, God bless them, right? It isn't a huge audience.
JJ.
Yeah, but seriously, it isn't a huge audience. But let's be completely transparent. It's a bigger audience than the other, fake national promotions have, right? Compared to them, Impact's more relevant. But that audience is really attached to the idea that Josh is going to get his day in the sun here and beat Moose. If you've just wasted 5 months of their time, more than that, really, because you get the Bound for Glory build too, it's like, it's damning. I'm not going to sit here and say it's the end like I did Friday as a joke, because, I think anything could happen to Impact and they'd probably find a way to get out of it. But I don't know, man.
Did you just give Impact a compliment? Was that a compliment?
I watch all of these shows, okay? And I'll be completely honest, the more of the wrestlers I like that get fired from WWE, the more likely it is that they show up here in Impact. I would like for Impact to be not running off their top babyface. I think Josh is fabulous, but as long as the money makes sense, I would rather him be in Impact than let's be honest, on Dynamite, he's just another great wrestler.
Yes.
And I don't mean that as an insult, but like as someone that watches Impact, sometimes sort of reluctantly, but I do watch, the show's better for having Josh. He's their best wrestler. Let's be transparent. So hopefully it works out. But beyond all that, I think you were right to make the key point there. Hopefully Josh gets paid, because he deserves that. He's worked hard. He's a hell of a wrestler. Now, we may get an answer on this front as early as this weekend, right? With the no surrender program that they're doing.
Yes.
Are you excited about this show? I'm asking this question as I definitely know what's on it. Are you excited about this show?
I'm excited for one match in particular.
Yes. I know.
And I think we know what match this is if
We
you've
do.
listened to me talk before. And it's Tasha Steelz winning the big one.
Okay, are we confident she's going to win this match?
Dude, I don't even want to talk about the idea of her not winning it because that hurts.
Oh,
We're going to go with she's winning it.
now that feels like you setting yourself up for a Holbert-esque defeat. It really does, unfortunately. But that's fair. That's fine. Do we think there's a chance Mickey's going elsewhere after this and maybe heading back up north, perhaps?
I
do.
could see it.
Hmm.
I mean, I think that she would prefer to stay there and continue to like build a relationship between Impact and WWE.
Right.
But I don't know if that's what she's
Yeah.
interested in. I think she's doing a lot of cool indie stuff that she likes right now. But we shall see if she could. It seems like NWA might be exploring another Empower show. So if that's on the table for her, I think she'll take something like that.
It'll be interesting, right? I saw some speculation about this. To answer your question, Croaky Boy, I believe it is on Premier Sports, which no one really has. The best way to watch Impact legally is to become an Impact insider for, I believe, $1 a month. Then again, if you only have one spare dollar, I would recommend you spend it on latenightgrim.com. But I am simply built different. Okay. I'm with you on this Tasha Steelz deal. I think there's a good chance she wins. I think she should win.
Do you want me to record my reaction?
Yes, please do that. There's something I want to add to the platform because I think what will quickly become clear is how much more animated your reactions are to the rest of us. Like, imagine one where Bob, like, Brock Lesnar wins the elimination and Bob just kind of sits there and is like, that's cool. You know, he just like sort of puts his shoulders like, oh, that seems good. That'd be good
If
stuff.
Bianca wins the Elimination Chamber, dude,
She's winning that.
I think I might have to do a giveaway if she does. I don't know. I might have to give some
Whoa.
stuff.
Don't talk yourself into anything too crazy here, okay? You know, you don't give them anything; they give you. Remember that. It's very important, right? It's a very important part of this relationship you have with the
Oh
audience. Remember
God!
that.
But I like them. They're nice to me sometimes.
For now, but it will take a turn. I've warned you of this before.
You're talking about
Okay.
Juicy for now?
What? Okay. Oh, you did one of those references again, didn't you? That I can't. Oh fuck. Oh shit. My God, they like exploded your mic when you clapped.
I'm sorry. Oh
Holy shit. Well, you dunked on me and he blew my ears out. Holy shit, okay. Okay.
Oh God, I'm
All
sorry.
right. Anyway, what else is good on this show? Is there anything else we want to see on this show?
I like Jordan Grace.
She's wrestling Matt Cardona again.
Yeah. Kenny King is in this?
Yeah, he's in Honor No More now.
I forgot about that. Good for him.
I like Kenny.
That hardcore war stuff, that's just war games with no ring.
Yeah.
I mean, no cage, right?
Are they doing another one of them?
Yes.
They only did one last month. Is it a new monthly thing they do?
I don't know. It's Team Impact, Sabin, Edwards, Rhino, Swan, and Macklin versus Taven, Bennett, PCO, Vincent, and King.
I'm sure it'll be fine. The Good Brothers are wrestling the Gorillas of Destiny. You excited about that?
No comment.
I think there's a chance that's good.
I don't like the Good Brothers.
Well, you should have stuck at no comment. That match is interesting because I just think they waited so long to do that in Japan, and they've ended up doing it in Louisiana. Impact No Surrender, which I'm sure it was the original plan.
Can you do the Sour Boy face?
Show. No, absolutely not. Jay White's wrestling Eric Young. Exciting?
Jay White is.
This isn't very good, is it, this show?
I'm watching for Tasha. I have really no comment on anything besides Tasha or Jordan Grace. So,
someone in the chat asked her, and God bless them, they said, preview this. And I don't know why. Oh, this will be good. Jonah versus Black Taurus should be good, right? That should be kind of fun.
Are
Kind of
you
a
a fan of
PWG
Jonah?
match. No.
Okay. Somebody asked me who my favorite Good Brother is. Neither.
I feel like you could have answered that correctly just to placate the bit a little bit, you know? Let's
That's
do it
your
again.
bit. It's not mine.
Well, you should read that contract over, okay?
Oh God.
It's just this is the vibe this show gives me. See the second half of that, a match that is happening.
There you go. That's accurate.
And honestly, I'm pretty confident it'll actually be a good show.
I think it'll be good because of Tasha.
I think the actual, like, genuinely, I think Eric Young and Jay White will have a good match.
I think Jay White will have a good match.
Eric Young, don't be mean, okay? Now,
no, I don't hate Eric Young.
Yeah, it's just a weird spot for him, right?
Yep. I would have preferred Jay White versus Chris Bay. Turn the Bullet Club. I don't need Chris Bay in the Bullet Club right now. Just put him in the world title picture, but let him fight Jay White. Yeah. Give me something interesting. Cardona is facing Jordan Grace.
That'll be good. Their TV match was honestly good.
Yes. I love Jordan Grace a lot. So
I think I think everyone will work hard and the hardcore will go really long. And I'm sure it'll be good. It's not very exciting, is it? You know?
Not really. But I'm going to say it is because they pay me.
Fair. So. Okay. But you didn't say that you didn't pick between the Good Brothers and we pay you. So that seems like a
You want me to pick one?
No, because I know which one you'll pick now because you're very spiteful and I know what you're going to do. So we'll move on. Now, look, here's my actual thing with Impact. And this is very difficult to say because I'm happy people are getting paid and I wish everyone the best. It feels like Impact could genuinely have, they could cut their roster in half and be better off for it. And I know that sounds really mean, but, I don't need all these people on this show, Jaychele.
I feel maybe I'm talking myself out of Tasha winning. But what are the odds that they do Mickey wins here and Tasha wins at the next show?
Is there a next show? What's the next show?
I don't know. But I miss Deonna Purrazzo.
She's the Ring of Honor Women's Champion.
I know, but where's Ring of Honor?
We'll get there. Less than 2 months away. Wrestling is back, folks.
Jesus
7 weeks. Okay.
Very likely. Yeah. I'm not going to think about it because I'll have to cry on the post show.
Now, hang on. When you say post show,
the review show.
Yeah, because we don't want to go. I'm not going live when this ends.
Oh, yeah. That does not sound enjoyable.
I mean, there's no way I watch this show live. When is this show Saturday?
At night.
Is it Saturday? Is it Saturday night or is it Sunday?
I just think it's
You took that as when is this on Saturday? I mean, when is this Saturday?
I thought you meant when is this on Saturday?
Yeah.
I was like, it's on Saturday at night.
Okay, yeah.
I think it is Saturday. Rebellion is in April, so there's no March show.
They'll come up with one. They'll do
That doesn't sound enjoyable.
They'll do Turning Point or
like an all-woman show. It's Saturday. I knew it.
Okay. Well, we can figure it out. I mean, we'll probably do it in this time slot. Honestly, the review show. I'll be honest, guys, and you may dismiss this. I really don't think Jaychele and I need to do an emergency Sunday show for Impact No Surrender.
Doesn't sound needed.
No. This will be like a sentence at the start of the Monday show. We'll be like, do you like the show? It was good. Anyway.
We'll be like, Tasha Steelz was great. Everything else?
There you go.
Meh.
They're at Mania weekend, apparently. So they're going to do something there, I assume.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Oh, yes. They're head-to-head with Ring of Honor.
Are they really?
Yeah, I think they're both I believe they're on at the exact same time.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Well, I mean, look, Ring of Honor is great for many things, but selling tickets isn't one of them. So I think they'll be okay.
They share roster members now. Well, we don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what we can talk about here briefly. You and I like Ring of Honor wrestling. Your thoughts on this lineup of Honor No More, which features Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, PCO, Vincent, and Kenny King. Well, fair. I agree. Let's actually be fair. I like Kenny King a lot.
Yes, I do too.
I
And I like Mike Bennett as well.
think they're a nice tag team, the OGK. But like, is this
Yes.
real? Is this
PCO needed?
Yeah, and like, is any of this needed as an angle, right? Like, would you not have been better off just bringing in OGK as a team and bringing in Kenny King rather than
Would
doing
you
this?
have not been better off just bringing in all of STP and just doing it like that?
I think we may get, maybe not them, as much as I would love Shane Taylor Promotions. I do think the finish this match might be like another Ring of Honor person.
Who?
I don't know. Bryan
Josh
Danielson?
Woods or Rhett Tight? Oh, God.
Yeah, Josh Woods would be good. There you go.
Josh Woods deserves it.
By the way, you know that NWA show on Saturday? The one
Yep.
that just went? Could we watch that, or was that a tape?
It was taped. Apparently.
Why?
I was really excited. I was like, I'm going to watch Colby Carino face Rhett Titus. I don't want to see any of the other matches on this card because I was excited for one other one, but Kylie isn't wrestling right now, so
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This faction's bad. This angle has been mostly bad. It
why
feels
is
very
Vincent in this group? What do they all have in common besides being in ROH? I don't know. This seems like there needs to be more than that.
it feels second rate, doesn't it? And like, again, you can sign who you want to sign, but as an angle, there's no Ring of Honor fan out there. It's like, oh shit, we're gonna take over this place. Like, this isn't the group that, you know. I mean, God bless.
If you would have brought in like the foundation and they were like, oh, we're gonna take over,
Right.
I would have been like, okay,
yes,
I can get behind that.
Yeah, it's not great. This lineup, honestly, is a little bit alarming to me, especially if you look at it through the lens that Josh might not be there beyond. Yeah, I don't know. My guess is this live. Do we know if this has been taped? This hasn't been taped, right? You would know if Tasha Steelz won the title.
Yeah.
Okay.
Live.
I assume there is. I would say there's a good chance. Ready, folks? Rhino is going to get taken out before this match. And Josh Alexander is going to take his place and be the savior.
In fucking hardcore war?
Yes, I'm convinced of it. I'm looking at this here now, and this is the homicide angle from yesteryear. He's gonna save the promotion, and it's all. And then he'll just be like, "Sorry guys, I'm working Terminus. LOL." I'm convinced of it.
Okay. Do you want to?
I'm certain of it. I am certain of it. There's no way Rhino's working 2 hardcore war matches in a month.
Okay, JJ, I'm gonna need you to remember that. I'm gonna need you to use your brain and come back after, and then let him know if he was right or wrong.
And Leland's, he knows where I'm going here. When Homicide saved Ring of Honor, he had his 3 wishes, and one of them was my title match, and that's what they'll do with Josh.
I don't. Okay.
That's what it's going to be. That's it. In fact, congratulations to everyone at Impact Wrestling. I have uncovered the master plan. There you go, folks. Meech responds with, "That is a terrible idea. I've been owned." Okay, now.
Oh, God.
That's a show that's happening. Now, you sent me a message earlier. Let's get to some good news. You sent me a message earlier. It was that graphic of Samoa Joe as the Hall of Famer. They've done something very interesting to his face on that graphic. I was fascinated. Did you notice this?
Wait, let me look at it. Where's my phone?
Hang on, I can pull it up on the screen. Here we go. People will still be able to hear you. Look at this.
Oh.
There's something striking about the man's head here. I don't know what they've done to it.
It looks odd.
I mean, he looks okay, but yeah, anyway. He is a Hall of Famer in Ring of Honor, and he actually seems pretty excited about it. He made 2 social media posts in one day, which is like the equivalent of me making 500. This is great news for me. You was very happy for me earlier, wasn't you? This is a moment for me.
I was saying that you should take your victory lap here. Was I the first one to show it to you?
Yes, I was very excited.
Oh.
Because they do this thing where they put it on the website.
Yeah.
But they don't tweet about it for another 3 hours.
Yeah, it's almost like they try to leak it before they release it themselves. I don't know.
It gets good buzz every week, the Hall of Fame thing. More than anything they do current, which is, well, there's a lesson to be learned in that somewhere. I am intrigued by, firstly, what is this going to look like, do you think, this Hall of Fame? Like, is this going to be a real ceremony, or are they just in? No.
Did you see the Indie Hall of Fame that GCW did?
I only saw the homicide section, which was about 4 minutes long. But yes, I saw pieces of it.
That's what I feel like it's going to kind of be like. Something like similar to that.
which would mean there's someone there to induct each person, right?
I would think so. I don't know if that's what they're gonna do, but I think that's what they should do. Maybe they just have Ian Riccaboni just go, this is who they are. Here's a
That's
video.
what I think. That's actually what I think because, okay, look, here's how I see this, guys. If Punk is announced next week,
which he should be,
but that will mean they don't do inductees because he would be the one that inducts Joe.
Yes, yeah.
So if they announce him, they wouldn't have, like, you know what I'm saying? So is there going to be tickets sold for this thing? Like, what does this look like? It intrigues me in many ways.
I don't know. I think they could fill it with like family and friends and stuff like that. I think I would pop to see fucking Brie Bella in an ROH stream.
Yes, this is what alarms me somewhat. I could see everyone just like zooming in and Joe's like sitting there with like his head on the couch.
Won't do that. They're not going to do that.
But what's interesting is Joe won't be legally able to wrestle when they do this on WrestleMania weekend, if they do something. Because so is that something that falls under the no compete?
Well, Swerve came out and he stood there and he was at Defy and he did a signing. Yeah. And his no compete isn't up yet. So I think he's fine. Oh my God, I'm so excited to see AJ Lee. I think she's going to look gorgeous. Punk will be great, but AJ Lee, that's what I'm there for. You've
convinced yourself this is going to be a real thing, and I think you're in for a terrible... I think this is going to be like an hour on Zoom with Ian Riccaboni, and they'll just sort of sit there and... Remember the good old days?
Dude, I really hope they don't do that. Dude, if you're going to do a Hall of Fame, I think you should do it right. Especially with, like, the caliber of people that you have in this. Dude.
Serious lineup.
Huge.
Serious lineup.
Huge.
Now... let's assume it's Punk. Let's work under those parameters for a moment, okay? Punk and Bryan are AEW guys. The Briscoes, it feels like they're going to be sticking around in Ring of Honor for a little bit, right?
That promo. God bless.
Yeah. Now, the question is, Jaychele, is Samoa Joe going to be another AEW guy in the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame? Or like the Briscoes, will he be sticking around a little bit? Because it was hard for me not to think, wouldn't that be cool? Like, as much as the AEW stuff's fun and, you know, it's more glossy, what a way to end Samoa Joe's career to be if he went home and took on maybe an executive role alongside an in-ring return. Give me a chance on this. What do you think?
Like a percentage?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll go like 60. I'm kind of high on that. I think that's
shit. We got a chance.
I think it's more likely he does ROH and then he'll do some stuff for AEW, like a couple appearances. I might be alone in that thinking, but I feel like he might see AEW's schedule and go, brother, I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah.
So if he wants to do something like where his home is, and probably wants to do some coaching stuff still. If he liked it that much when he was in WWE, I could see him continuing to do that. But yeah, I don't know.
It's important we remember the decision he made last time, right? Last time he went back to NXT rather than go to an AEW. And, you know, I don't know the situation. However, I would assume it was a big selling point to Joe that he could stay in Florida. Because you're right. The AEW schedule is pretty, like, just a guess. I don't think Samoa Joe likes traveling too much.
Dude, imagine they have him wrestle like Punk and Danielson. Like when they have a legend come back, not including like a Sting, dude, you're working. Like you're working almost week to week, basically. Like when Danielson was first there, basically he was having a match every week. Punk basically having a match every week. And I get that Joe probably could like be like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Book me like a Sting. But I think the fans would want to see him like that, like wrestling consistently.
He would definitely go to every TV. I don't think he'd wrestle as much as those guys you name, but he would definitely have to fly to TV and do promos. So I don't know. I think, you know,
he's gonna drive around parking lots.
Yeah, there you go. You know, I pitched this on Twitter and I told it to the Confirmed Shoot in privacy because I was so excited about it. But I was like, I'm going to paint a picture for you, okay? Some of these references are going to be too old for you, Jaychele, but that's fine. It's fine, okay? So it's Supercard of Honor, and Samoa Joe announces at this glamorous Hall of Fame ceremony, you know, there's a red carpet, everyone's wearing suits, Joe's sweating quite profusely. He says, this is not the end, though. I'm coming back. May 15th, whatever it may be, I'm making my return to the ring back home in Ring of Honor. Jonathan Gresham obviously beats Bandito. You kind of keep rolling with this. I'd say you get
Santana
to
beats John Gresh.
Well, this isn't in this exact scenario, but let me just
Okay.
just give me a moment here. Remember,
Fine.
you're imagining right now, right?
Okay.
So this is going on, and Joe wrestles a match a month, right? And he gets some wins, but they make it clear. They tell the story on commentary. He ain't the guy that he used to be, right? Like he's got some frailties, he's had some injury problems. He can't go as long in these matches. And Gresham's winning as champ, and he's going 30, and he's having these classics that he can have. Joe's wrestling 8-minute matches. And eventually you get to like final battle, let's just say.
Okay.
Samoa Joe has gone through hell. He has almost lost almost every match, but he's found a way to win. And it's time. The greatest Ring of Honor world champion ever against Jonathan Gresham. Clash of generations. And you produce kind of combat sport, UFC style pre-fight videos, like countdown content, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you tell the story, this is going to be too old for you, but someone in the chat might understand. When George Foreman came back from making grills and was old and kind of big's the polite way I'm going to put it, they were like, he's kind of doomed, but if he lands just one big punch, he can win the fight. And eventually he did. As an old man, he won the heavyweight title with just one punch. Imagine telling the story of if Gresham gets Joe past like 10, Joe's done for. He can't hang with Jonathan Gresham, right? But that first 10 minutes when Jonathan Gresham, if you watch his matches, he never wins strike exchanges. He always gets hurt when he actually trades. Telling that story of the old knockout artist trying to roll back the years. There you go, Ben says the power is the last thing to go. Do I think they'd have a 4-star match? No. Do I think you could sell some tickets and pay-per-views, but relative for Ring of Honor?
Yes.
Yes. What do you think, Jaychele? I got very excited.
I like that idea. One thing, didn't know George Foreman was a fighter. I thought he just made grills.
Wow. Okay. Now that must have been a really strange comparison for me right there. So George, this is actually a good story, okay, folks. This is story time with Joe Holbert, not that hack wrestler that does it on AEW.
Oh, right? Wow.
So George Foreman was the most fearsome fighter in the world in the 70s. You know who Joe Frazier is? Okay, so Joe Frazier had these classic fights with Muhammad Ali. You know who that is, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So he went like 45 rounds with Muhammad Ali, a little bit less. George Foreman knocked Joe Frazier out in 2 rounds. And when he fought Muhammad Ali, people thought Muhammad Ali was going to die in there. They were so worried about his health.
No.
So anyway, that was when the famous rope-a-dope happened, which I know you don't know what that means, but anyway, it's very famous. And Ali won, and George lost his love for boxing, okay? 20 years after he lost that fight to Ali, he was in the ring as a 45-year-old man with a belly, wearing the trunks that he wore against Ali, same color, and he won with one punch. He scored the knockout and became the oldest heavyweight champion ever. Like, say, out of a movie. Like, he actually redeemed himself 20 years removed. And that was the comparison I was making. It was not a comment on grills.
Okay. I apologize to everybody in the chat. Eventually, you guys will begin to understand there's a lot of stuff that I just don't know, or movies that I haven't seen that you would have expected me to see.
Yeah.
But I do like that idea a lot. I think that Gresh is going to hold that title for a long time, especially with all of his loyalty to ROH as well. I think it would make sense to have Joe do like one match. Right. I would even go one match every 2 months, to be honest, because I don't know how much his body can handle.
Agree.
But I think that there's lots of different competitors that would be very interesting to see him face, especially if they do like that super indie that people are expecting it to be. There's a couple cool options.
I actually have a couple names here. And I said to you earlier, I was like, let's not do anything too extensive, because I think, folks, and I'll speak for you here, Jaychele, but like, when Ring of Honor starts unveiling stuff, and if it's even vaguely interesting, we're probably going to cover it, right? Because finally I have someone on this platform that doesn't hate Ring of Honor.
Why do people hate Ring of Honor?
They're mean.
Haters.
This is actually a good point from Ben. Same story works for Chris Hero. I would love that. I think we can all agree that commercially there's more potential with Joe, but I mean, Chris Hero's awesome, right? That'd be fun. Couple of things here that intrigue me. So
What is
we
a
both.
letterbox?
Oh dear, that's not even an old person thing. That you know the app Letterboxd. You rank movies and stuff.
I don't
All right,
like
we're doing
to
this. Yeah, folks, forget it. All right, this is the bit we're going to do. I am now going to go to Letterboxd. And I'll read my highest rated movies ever.
Okay.
Jaychele was going to tell us if she knows, if she's heard of this movie, and then I'm going to tell her the year it was made and probably alarm her very much. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
What the fuck is that?
Okay, this is kind of what I was expecting. That is my highest rated movie. Film was made in, what year are we looking at here? Where can I find that? 1975. You were what, minus 30? Well, that's before my times, that's fair, but even still, I'm sure it's fine. Okay. Taxi Driver. You know the You Talking to Me, that scene where he's got the gun?
No.
You know Robert De Niro?
Kind of.
Okay, there we go. There's something there. Do you know who Jack Nicholson is? Good question.
No.
Okay, we got De Niro, folks. Taxi Driver is 76. The Shining.
I've heard of that one. Never seen
Yes.
it though. I don't like scary movies much.
But that was progress. 1980. So it seems like the 80s maybe are going to be your sweet spot. I'm skipping ones that are recent because it's just silly, right? There's no point.
No, I think you should do the recent ones because I probably don't know those either.
Okay, Parasite. You heard Parasite, right?
I've heard it, didn't watch it. Yeah.
Okay. What we got here? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. A couple of years ago. Uncut Gems.
The hell is that? What is
Adam
that about?
Sandler movie.
Oh, pass.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not what you think. I promise. Psycho. That's not a new one, but it was only 1960.
Is that a scary one?
Yeah, it's the one where I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, Bates Motel and all that stuff.
Okay, I know Bates Motel. I've heard of that. It sounds pretty familiar.
Here you go, folks. The Big Lebowski.
No.
Okay, that's like the consensus late night grin favorite movie. So we may need to do a live.
Guys,
Bob's never
don't
seen
take
it
this
either.
offensively. I've never even seen Rocky.
That's tough. You had to just throw another punch in there. That's difficult. The 1954 motion picture Rear Window, I'm assuming is not one you're familiar with?
No.
Oh, we're down to 4-star movies now. It's fine. It's fine. Folks, listen. We're going to do a movie night. Leland says it. Bob's never seen any of these films either. It's fine. We'll fix this, I promise.
Do I get to show you a movie then?
I will first have to make sure that it's a movie I want to see.
Happy Death Day. Happy Death Day.
I don't know what that is, but I refuse
she
to
wakes
enter
up
blind.
every day and it's her birthday and she dies every single time.
Is this new?
Kinda. It's like maybe like 2019.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I'll do it. I'm going to do some checking first.
Let me know in the chat if you've seen Happy Death Day.
Okay. The chat's very excited about me. Anyway, Ring of Honor.
Oh, yes. Oh, I got a good one.
What just happened?
People agreed with me and I thought they were going to dunk on me.
I thought you were saying you had a good one that you were then going to say. That's very exciting. Okay. Right. Now I'm looking here. Ring of Honor. That's what we were talking about, right?
Yes.
Fred Yehi, we both think should be in Ring of Honor, right?
Yes.
After their match on Saturday, we definitely need some workhorsemen full time in Ring of Honor.
I would agree. Yeah, I think Anthony Henry deserves it too. He worked super hard, and he said that this might be his last year, also. So
that's never a good sign. But worked out for Eddie Kingston, right? He's only, he's done okay out of that last year, so hopefully it works out. Quickly worth saying, I do not believe. I don't think they're going to do those titles. The word was they were only going to do the women's tags world title, men's world title.
Whoa, I didn't hear that.
That's the word on the Ring of Honor streets that I'm alone on. You should join me sometime. It's fun out there. People tell you stuff, Okay.
Hold on, I'm having an emotional break.
Yeah,
I wasn't ready for that.
I should have told you that off the air. That's tough.
You're just gonna hold on. We're not gonna go past that. I need a minute.
Okay.
Josh Woods is pure champion. 1. 2. I watch all of those matches when I'm bored and want to watch wrestling. I watch pure.
It's actually worse than you think because do you know who the TV champ is now?
It's Rhett. I know, dude. You can't.
See, I mean, look, I told you this. You've been
Dude.
on the late night grin now for about 6 days, and I said you will quickly become a loser. Did I not warn you of that? I said that 6 days is pretty good. You lasted almost a week. Congratulations. Welcome to
Wait,
the
somebody said Garcia is pure champ. Run me that. Run me that.
There you go. No, good idea. There is allegations about Josh Woods killing the division. Your faults, Jaychele. Do you have any comment on that?
Josh Woods didn't kill anything.
Agreed.
Josh
I
Woods
agree,
told
I
me to
just-
become a wrestler. I will forever love Josh Woods.
Yeah.
Rhett Titus. Oh my God. Rhett, I'm going to say a prayer for you. You have the best drop kick I've ever seen. Your son is very adorable as well.
JJ sent a grinner chat. This was a while ago. He isn't just just lagging behind. This is about half an hour ago. I'm sorry, JJ. He says, feel like I'm going to have to defend myself again.
Oh.
Let it play out. Josh Alexander will beat Moose for the title. He called Impact his home. He may also get dates with AEW too. Oh, that last line felt like a kind of conceding, right? He's going to show up in AEW and JJ's like, he's coming back. It's just a couple dates. He'll be back. He's going to have an all-elite graphic, you know?
Good luck, Charlie.
Yeah, this is something you're doing. I don't like this. Let's talk about this now. 'Cause
I showed you what it was.
I know, but this is a trend where you do stuff and you know I'm not going to know what it is. And you seem to enjoy that part of this dynamic.
If you know what good luck Charlie is, then say something in the chat.
And then you weaponize the chat. And you turn them against me, though. You know,
I don't know if it's turning them against you more so just putting them on my side.
yeah, well, they may not be too different here in the end. Look at this. This is why Double J gets himself in trouble.
Oh, yes,
you know?
the Disney Channel show. There you go. People know it.
Oh, shit. Happened again.
If you're Team Jaychele, I love you.
To be
Hashtag
fair,
Gang
though,
Gang.
they did turn quite violently when you did the George Foreman line, didn't they? when you did the George Foreman comment, they were quite aggressive, I thought, at that point. There you go. Some people didn't. Well, there's one person in the chat didn't hear of it, so there you go.
Oh, one?
Yeah, one, you know. Just like me on that Ring of Honor street. Timothy Thatcher.
Ooh.
That's a really good one, right? Shoot and I were talking about this earlier. That almost feels like if it doesn't happen, it would be like, why? That feels like a good fit, right?
I think him and probably Biff as well, I would say.
Yep.
They seem like natural fits to me.
What about our friend, the Australian Dynamo, Buddy Matthews?
Is that for you or is that...
It's always for me. I only talk about...
actually happen.
Well, if he isn't going to sign a contract anywhere, it's pretty feasible, right? Like, it's not anything crazy.
Yeah, I mess with you. I probably actually could see that happening. I think it'd be good for him too, because I feel like even if Ring of Honor becomes something new, there's still a lot of prestige within being able to say that you worked in Ring of Honor. Like, there's a long lineage of people who were there, regardless of what shape or form Ring of Honor returns in.
Can we talk about my one supporter in the chat? Esther said, I've never heard of it, following up immediately with, I'm in my 30s, so I don't count, therefore removing himself from the competition.
Is Ciampa on Raw? Hold on. Is that actually a real thing right now?
Looks, Brucey Beat says it. I mean, maybe he's Alexa's new therapist. I don't know.
Stop it. Lord help. Let me look at Twitter.
We have breaking news here, folks. Tommaso Ciampa may or may not be on Monday Night Raw.
Not seeing anything yet.
No, I actually see no tweets about WWE. Is that bad?
Oh, no, I'm seeing lots of them.
Oh.
Somebody's saying yes. Wait, is he actually? I'm not seeing any tweets.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest.
Oh, Ciampa didn't. Somebody. Sorry, JJ. He is on Raw. Wait, what the fuck?
What did he do?
I'm Googling it. Well, I'm Twittering it. He's on commentary for Ziggler's match.
Oh, okay, because Ziggler's he's doing NXT now. Well, that's all. That was not very exciting, was it? I thought he'd done he'd lost to Madcap Moss or something.
Production quality is great.
That's good.
Yes, I have my notifications on for Lady Frost.
I didn't even see that, but fair. Okay, Ring of Honor. I'm going to pull up the final battle card, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to do this as politely as we can. I'm going to name a wrestler and we're going to say yes or no as to whether we think they'll be back or we want them back. We'll do whatever you feel more comfortable doing.
Okay. I think want and will is very different here.
Okay, I don't want to, this go. So the opening match, of course, for final battle was Dragon Lee and Ray Horus, right? I don't know if they're going to get that top end Lucha talent back, to be honest with you.
I don't know either, but I'll go yes for their sake. I think that they should be.
We would like to see them back.
Yes, would like to. There you go.
Right, the TV title match, we've got Rhett, Dalton, Joe Hendry, Silas Young. I would assume Rhett is the most likely and probably the only one, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I would maybe go Dalton as well. It just depends on what his plans are. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
It seems like he's doing lots more indie dates and stuff. Maybe people are putting out feelers. I'm not too sure.
He's doing dates. I wouldn't describe what he did on Saturday as wrestling, but he's doing dates. Josh Woods.
His match was with who? I forgot.
With Warhorse.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
So did we all. Josh Woods, Brian Johnson. Woods, we hope. Do we think? I kind of expect Josh to be back, to be honest.
Dude, should I DM him and ask him? Should I get a scoop?
No, because I just buried multiple co-workers of his and I would rather not make him uncomfortable.
Yay.
You have to be very careful with that. I'm all for you, the wrestlers, kind of sharing this stuff with them, but not stuff I'm on because I will then have to be nice about some people.
I did not have to share this with them to ask Josh if he was going to be back, but that's fair.
But then he's like, well, why do you ask? And then he clicks on it and he sees me saying Dalton Castle had a terrible match on Saturday and he feels bad. And
you didn't say that.
I just did.
You just said it.
He did have a terrible match on Saturday. I'm just, look, I'm in a very different spot. Here's what it is.
This is getting bad.
It's fine. I think this is something they may do at the second show.
Oh, fuck off. He's had so many matches with Gresh. He beat him and it was huge.
But that's part of why they would do it,
But don't.
Okay. Shane Taylor and Kenny King.
Kenny, yes. Shane, no.
Wait, you think Kenny's going back?
I think Kenny would do it. I think we'll still see some of the Honor No More people, though. You don't think so at all?
I mean, I guess, but the gimmick is they hate Ring of Honor now, so
I think Kenny will still do it though.
Maybe. You said no to Shane Taylor immediately.
I would say no to all of SCP, to be honest.
Is that intel or is that just you being like, no way?
It's not intel. I haven't asked. That's judging by their tweets. It seems like they want something new. So.
Okay. Hopefully they get it, right? Hopefully. Okay.
Hopefully.
Roxy is definitely not coming back, right? She's got a new gig over there at the NXT.
She signed her contract? Or we just know
I'm just going to say it.
Okay.
I'm just going to say it. Breaking news, folks.
Oh.
Roxy is signed with NXT 2.0. Willow Nightingale. This is an interesting one. I mean, after that showing, you want to bring her back, right?
I love Willow. I talked to her recently. I hope that she gets brought back.
Feels like a natural fit. The women's division is going to need some different pieces.
Willow versus Deonna? Sign me up.
Well, I think what's going to happen is, and I said this earlier, whichever of the big-time free agents in women's wrestling they don't sign is someone who Ring of Honor immediately needs to target, right? So, if you look at Nixon, Tony, Athena, Mia, there's probably going to be one of them. Taya's a good one too. It's probably going to be one of them, maybe two, that they don't sign. I would suggest it would be very nice now that they've lost Roxy, assuming she is signed, which I definitely just said was news. I would say they would benefit from getting one of those. So that's something to watch. Okay. What else we got here? We got Rocky Romero and Violence Unlimited. So that's Rocky's. He may shut and do one-offs like he always does, right? He's Rocky. Brody King, I do not think will be coming back. Homicide and Tony Deppen, maybe.
I think Deppen.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Dickinson, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think if they're still, because a lot of ROH guys transition to doing some more GCW stuff. So
Right.
if they're gonna be like in the GCW realm, like I explained this to you before, I think ROH is gonna look like GCW does now, like revolving dates, revolving like roster members. Nobody's like officially signed. I think that's what
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of gonna look like. So if GCW guys want to work ROH, I think that they will.
EC3.
Pass the
Taylor
Titan.
Rust.
Pass. Oh,
He's in. I don't know. He's like fine. He never stands out for me. He's pretty good, Taylor. But he just doesn't. He doesn't do. Tracy Williams should be back.
yes, all of the foundation should be.
Yeah,
Should be back.
Tracy's. And you're right. That whole group. They're guys that you can really trust and rely on. They're good talent. The Briscoes. It sure looks like they're going to be back, doesn't it? I mean, it feels that way.
Yeah. Do you think they have the FTR match eventually?
I do. I think the FTR match is going to be Super Card of Honor, and I'm really excited because I'm going to be unbearable that week. I'm going to pretend that's actually WrestleMania. It's going to be incredible. We're going to do live. Yeah,
regular WrestleMania, but it's okay. I'm gonna be popping for Bianca.
It's on the Friday, so you don't have to pick like that. But if you want to just be mean,
I'm gonna pick Bianca.
Okay. OGK. I think they're going to stay in Impact.
Yeah, personally. I do too.
Gresham will be back. Jay Lethal, thankfully, will not be.
God bless.
If you'd like to hear more about his decision to not return to Ring of Honor, please Google Jay Lethal speaking out. But Ring of Honor, there's a lot of potential, isn't there, Jaychele? Seriously, as a fan, I'm very excited. Am I crazy for being excited?
I don't think so. I think they have a lot of potential in this new angle that they're taking. Because what's seeming to work right now for like a GCW is just doing a bunch of shows, trying to catch steam, bringing in people from different places. Like I could see Blake Christian in ROH, and I wouldn't put it past him at all. And I think that's the perfect spot for some guys like that who are like I guess like mainstays on indies. Fingers crossed, like a Jack Cartwheel. I mean, I could have saw Nick Wayne doing ROH to be honest. Like I said, some of the GCW guys, I could see them going over there. Like they tried to do that deal with GCW also before, like with Effie. I think it was AJ too. I want to say.
Yes. Yeah.
So I could see something like that happening.
I'm really intrigued as we wind down here. I'm fascinated by what relationships they have with other companies. So earlier on the Patron show, Shoot and I were kind of kicking around an AEW deal, which we think could benefit both sides because they could develop some of the AEW young people. Nick being one of the names that would be interesting in that regard. Do you think there's anything else like? Are they going to try and really kickstart this New Japan thing again? Because it feels like if you imagine they were married, right? Ring of Honor and New Japan.
Okay.
They've got divorce twice since then, New Japan. They're so far gone from Ring of Honor. They work with Impact more than in Ring of Honor in the last year, right? Like, what do you think is going to happen on that front? Are they just going to separate? What do you think?
I think it depends on Rocky. I think a lot of stuff depends on Rocky right now, to be honest. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them. I could see it happening. Especially if they do eventually do that big super card that everybody's thinking of, like the AEW, New Japan, ROH, Impact, like that big holy. It was gonna be Trinity, but ROH was included in there. So quadruple? I don't know. Foursome? I don't give a fuck. But yeah, if they do that, I could eventually see the partnership getting mended.
I think I don't know how.
I apologize for calling it a foursome. That was weird.
That's fine. I think if it's possible, they would benefit from. I would say they would benefit from trying to do their own thing, not in terms of on their own completely. I mean, if they could strike a deal with like Noah instead, Pro Wrestling Noah's got a lot of buzz right now. And it hasn't got the ceiling that New Japan does. But like at this point, it just feels like New Japan has so many priorities in the US beyond them. It's just difficult. However, if you do a deal with AEW, that's probably not a good idea. So there's a lot of moving pieces with that. I think the biggest thing for me, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, they need to get Honor Club in a better spot. Honor Club has this incredible tape library and it is a nothing. I would not even want to think of how few subscribers they have. Like, they got to weaponize that. They got to make it a thing, right? I don't think they will, but that's the big thing. If you could have just one thing for Ring of Honor that you would circle and say, get this right now, what would it be?
I can't say a TV deal.
I mean, you can. It's just it's difficult because, like,
Yes.
yeah,
Um, I think you got to get the pure division back together. I think that was one of the mainstays in ROH, and that's what like kind of
right.
kept me interested in what they were doing. Really, was the stuff that they were doing with the pure division. That's how they built John Gresham. So like, if you want to have more stars like that, I think you need to keep it there.
How do you feel about them going like not quite as extreme as Terminus, but kind of in that direction? And the promotion is just pure wrestling. Because Gresham as world champ, you can actually kind of do that, right?
Yeah,
You can kind of make the like you might not need a pure title because the world title is basically fought under pure
pure
rules.
rules.
That intrigues me because it made them different immediately.
Yeah, I think it definitely would be interesting. It seems like the way that they've been doing it, like when you defend the title outside, is like it's under pure rules and stuff like that.
Right.
So if they were to continue to do that, I'd be interested. I think that they need a mid card title there, regardless. Like even if it's not the pure title, if they do the TV title, honestly, I don't really care who has it. I love Josh, I love Rhett, but I think that they do need a title there. If there's going to be any sustainability within that brand.
It'll be interesting. I've talked about this one at length, and we are going to cover it as it happens. I think there's a good chance we are disappointed by the lack of reimagination, as was the phrase used. You
Don't
know,
do that.
I think it's going to just be a cheap version of what we had
Just let
before.
me be
Unfortunately,
happy.
hey, look, this is the late night grin life. Okay, I am so used to getting the shit kicked out of me that I today celebrated someone going into the Hall of Fame. I knew they were going to go into anyway. That's where I'm at in my life. So. You know.
I'm just gonna keep my fingers crossed for ROHS GCW. I'm just gonna imagine that,
Yeah.
and then I can just,
So
I probably
interesting.
should have no expectations, but I'm going to have expectations.
We are definitely like the only people in the world to have expectations for this, right? You know that, right? It's like us two and Gresham.
Oh God,
You know,
where does Santana fit into this though? Like, I'm serious on that. Like, no, I'm so for real.
you said something so crazy that I froze. I'm sorry. I think he would be great. The more they use them on AEW, the less likely it gets because I don't think he's going to leave if they're using him the way they are now.
He doesn't have to leave. He can
I
just
know,
go
but
to, like,
it kind of.
ROH dates,
I would love it. I think he's great. He was great on that show on Saturday. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Look in terms of talent. There's a lot of options. That's why, and I've talked about this, and I think it's worth reiterating one last time. It's the model that matters. They had more than enough good wrestlers in December. Like,
yeah.
the key is, can they run an event-based model like a GCW, or are they going to just say we tape TV that no one watches? Because if it's the second one, I'm going to watch it, and you are probably too. But they're not
I'm
going to
definitely
get
gonna
anywhere.
watch it.
But they're not going to get anywhere, right? Like they're just
Right.
going to do the same thing, just cheaper, which is fine. If you want to get in the game and you want to actually score some points and be a contender, Honor Club events, 1-2 events a month, strike a deal with an AEW maybe, feature their young guys and in return get a big star once every couple months, and if you can just get, like Joe's obviously, that's a big one, but if you could just get just a couple big name free agents that will get some buzz within the industry, within the nerd kind of culture.
I
There's
think
something to
Swerve
it.
would work some ROH stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, I don't see Keith doing stuff like that, but like,
No, he's all good. He's good just doing Wednesdays. That's
yeah. But I think there's some people who are like, who respect what ROH is, even if it's in this new form enough where their name will carry their value for them, and they just need to be able to capitalize on it.
Did you see Darius's tweet today, Darius Lockhart?
What did he say?
That's good. He quote tweeted the Joe thing. He quote tweeted the Joe news with like, Samoa Joe changed my life or something, with like a really nice emoji. And I was like, I don't know what his deal is with NWA, but there's one that you could bring in. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? Good Lord. Imagine
Let Darius take the title off. Gresh. Don't get me excited now.
As a booker, you would just be like, okay, here's the deal. I want you to send us some of those promos that you do. Just talk about honor in every which way you want it. And we'll put them on the TV show.
Yes.
So again, in terms of talent, they won't be lacking. I just hope they get people that I like because I'm very selfish. Hopefully, maybe if Jaychele doesn't hate them, that would be good too. But mainly me. Hey, let me. This is my one. Okay, with Impact, I'll let you do that. But this is,
Dude, I have one person in Impact. Don't even do that. I have two.
you're a big fan. Big fan.
They
They pay you very well. They pay you well to be a fan, okay? I'm
pay
sure
me
it's
enough
fun.
to be a fan of Tasha and Chris.
Wait,
So
you're not pumped
specifically,
for Moose and W. Morrissey?
I was literally about to say specifically the black people, and then I remember that Moose was black, so I stopped myself. So we're just gonna move on.
Okay. Lots going on in the non-Big Two world, right? You got Ring of Honor and an Impact on tonight. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff here in the coming weeks, folks. Jaychele, even here shortly, is going to be doing some sort of GCW programming. We don't know what that looks like yet. I just know that we aren't going to be on it. Jaychele is going to have to bring in expert analysts for those gigs.
Yes.
Lots happening here.
We're
Jaychele,
gonna
do
talk
some
about Nick
promotion.
Wayne.
I need to learn. I need to catch up. I'm getting
Dude.
old. I don't know what's going on anymore, you know?
You don't even know
I-
Good Luck Charlie.
Did you see the other? Like, I tweeted. There was something I tweeted where people had to name wrestlers in response, and they were like naming all these young people, and I was like, "What is like?" I like if they wasn't in like Ring of Honor 2005, I could not. I don't know who they are. I don't see
If
them.
they
I
weren't
don't-
in Ring of Honor the year after I was born, you don't know who they are? Is that what
That's
you said
part
to
of
me?
why you're here. Is like you need to tell me who these people are because I don't know what's going on.
Oh
You know?
God. That sounds
Like-
so bad. Like
look
these
at
people
my-
are like probably your age, Joe.
I know, but look at the faves though. Seriously, like you got Sammy Joe is old, right? He's like 42. Eddie Kingston is how old's Eddie now? 40. Rod Strong, 40. Who else do I like? You know, they're all old. I understand. It is what it is. But I mean, I get what you're saying. It'd probably be good if I liked wrestlers my own age, but that sounds lame. I don't want to do that. That's why I just
I
hold on
like
to
wrestlers my own age. Nick was born in 2005. I'm 17. He was born the year after me. So
This is actually it. This is the actual PWG 20. That's where I like put the flag down. I said enough. Anymore, I'll get confused. Machine Gun is over 40. They're all old. It is what it is. It's
that
part of why
includes like
Jaychele's
Drew
here.
McIntyre, right? Like 2015, or was he like 2015?
Yeah, he doesn't count.
Okay.
I don't count
Okay,
him.
that's fun.
It's part of why you're here because we need an actual young person on the show, not a fake one like me. With that in mind, Jaychele, please do some promotional thingies. Say where you're at, so where they can follow you, all that good stuff.
Yes, I've been Jaychele. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Jaychele Nicole. It's right on the screen if you're looking at it. If you're listening, JAYCHELE NICOLE. I am doing the look you just gave me was concerning. I'm doing the free agent show on Fridays on this channel with Joe. I have the Saturday show, Demo Divas, with the girls who will likely be doing the GCW show as well. And that's Kylie and Haley, my two best friends, talking all things women's wrestling. So if you want to hear me freak out about Elimination Chamber, you can go listen to this past week's show. There was no Sunday show this week, which is the 88 Divas podcast, 2-hour-long show. I needed a break from that because they torture me. They make me eat jalapenos and spicy chips that I don't like. But yeah, that's a cool show as well. We just talk about everything over there. So yeah, that's what I got.
I did notice that your program on the Fightful network did very good numbers.
Yes.
So I'll be awaiting my cut of that
Oh,
viewership. So I just wanted to congratulate Fightful on that. We're happy to share talent, right? Much like a Ring of Honor and an AEW here in a couple months. So
okay.
it's our pleasure. Folks, latenightgrin.com. That was a joke, by the way, guys. I'm not, no heat, all love. If it was heat, I wouldn't say it.
No heat.
No heat. I don't, because people I say some people I'm being serious. They're gonna like DM Sean, like Joe expects money, and then I'm gonna be in all sorts of.
Oh,
Don't do
good
that.
Lord. Don't be weird.
LateNightGrin.com is where they're saying you should go right now, folks. Okay. Apparently, there's some great wrestling conversational content. I have been told, according to the statistics by Brandon Thurston, that we are in the top 10% of wrestling Patreon pages in the world. That information came from WrestleNomics, who I think have less patrons than us. Make it out what you will. Feels like we won. So
Good
anyway,
Lord.
God bless Brandon Thurston. He does great. Now, what was I saying? So your latenightgrin.com, you can sign up for just $1. And tomorrow, I'll be doing T-Dub Tuesday, where you guys in the chat actually book the promotion. We've built different wrestling. That's good stuff. Then a dark grin along. Wednesday, free again. Dynamite preview, Dynamite review. Thursday, the Historical Oracle. lots going on. And then, of course, Friday, Jaychele and I with our actual overlay, because I was too. It felt like it was cheap to put on today. We have that back here on Friday. We're talking about Athena. By the way, Jaychele, you will be revealing who we do next week, so you need to come up with a name because I forgot to tell you that. You need to. So that's the week.
I'm gonna pick somebody from ROH just to do it.
Okay.
We're not gonna get any views, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Who needs views? Losers. All right. Anyway. Any plans for WWE 2K content? Shoot will probably have more ideas of what we're going to do with that. I don't know. I'll probably do something with Shoot on it. I don't know. Are you a big gamer, Jaychele?
Do I look like one? Because I'm not.
I don't know. I don't know what a gamer looks like anymore. I'm old.
I had a PS4, but I bought it for my ex-boyfriend, so no.
Okay. Well, fair. I'll take that as a no. Then there you go. All right, folks. LateNightGrin.com. We will see you all tomorrow, 6:05 Brit time, 1:05 Eastern time, TW Tuesday.